exclusive production of the West Windsor Plainsboro Advanced Broadcasting Program, you're watching WWPH TV.
We are responding to probably about 2 to 3 calls a day, and most of those are false alarms, but we never know. So we have to respond to every call like it's the big one. And we make sure that we're ready every time we get in that truck to make sure that we're ready to fight whatever is on the other end of when we get there. If there actually was an event, you're going to be glad that we're all there.
Robert Corvo speaking for the Plainsboro Fire Company, working to make this a better world. A message from WWPH TV.
This is Adam Neiman with your WWPH TV closer look at swing dancing. The Physical Education Department at West Windsor Plainsboro High School North teaches swing dancing to 12th graders every winter. PE teacher Beth Saragetti made the decision to include the dance style in the curriculum to balance out student schedules and teach a new skill set.
I think it's just one more thing in their back pocket. Once students go off to college, and you know what 98% of our students at North do, you have formals and socials, and it's very intimidating for people to dance, but when you have a foundation, it just builds on their confidence.
Saragetti says swing is structured enough to teach in a classroom, but also gives students room to be creative. Dancers are encouraged to expand their repertoire outside of the moves taught. For more ambitious seniors, the school holds an annual swing dancing competition. The Knights Jazz Band accompanies participants with a selection of hits from the Roaring Twenties. While the seniors step, strut, and spin, the rest of the school is given the opportunity to watch. The spectators can fill the gymnasium seating to see their friends on the dance floor.
I think people watch because, number one, they're curious, especially if they're not a senior. They don't really know what it's all about. They kind of hear all the fuss. So it's, oh, what's going on in there? So I think that's part of the reason why we get a large turnout. But I think a lot of it has to do, too, with the enthusiasm from the students that make it.
In the end, the competition brings students together for a festive respite from their hectic lives. It bonds seniors before they head off for college, and in the process, the dance instruction revitalizes a long-lost cultural memento. Thanks to West Windsor Plainsboro High School North, young adults can immortalize the extravagant spirit of the art form. This has been Adam Neiman with your WWPH TV closer look at swing dancing.
It's time for your hometown quiz on WWPH TV. First question, who are some of the biggest historic supporters of the Plainsboro Fire Company? Second question, what famous energy company has its headquarters in West Windsor? Third question, what high school North sports team has garnered the most attention in school history? And final question, what high school South track star is continuing to dominate the NCAA scene? The answer to the first question is both the Wyckoff family as well as Walker Gordon Farms. The answer to the second question is the NRG Energy Company, which has branches all around the world. The answer to the third question is the WWP North Cross Country team, coached by Mr. Brian Gold. And the answer to the last question is WWP South track star Brian Luong. This has been your hometown quiz on WWPH TV.
Hello, I'm Evan Weston, and this is the Truth Serum. In the United States alone, an average of 440,000 babies are born prematurely every year. The problem occurs in 8 to 10% of all pregnancies in the country and requires intensive neonatal care in hospitals so that the child's organs have time to develop and function on their own. Statistics show that only 20% of premature babies face little to no long-term medical issues. That leaves 80% in the impaired health category. WWPH TV reporter Darian Lanzetta investigates the problems surrounding premature birth from a local angle.
On average week, 275 babies are born preterm in New Jersey. 340 are born to mothers who received inadequate prenatal health care. 13 mothers will lose their child before their first birthday. Amongst these mothers is Diane Wilburn, who suffered not one but two of these losses.
Well, my husband and I tried to have a baby. We struggled for about 4 years. We did infertility treatments, specifically IVF, and on the fourth round of IVF, I got pregnant with twin boys, and they were fraternal. That's important to know because there were two separate sacs. At 22 weeks, on one of the sacs, the water broke, and that's how come I was able to deliver one of the boys, and the other one was the potential. I could have kept him full term, but they weren't sure the statistics on that. They said it's up in the air, we'll just have to wait and see. Daniel was born at 22 weeks, and Chase was born at 24 weeks. Chase lived on a Friday, and he died on Sunday, so he lived for 3 days. And you can't imagine how small a baby is at 22 weeks or 24 weeks. They're only 12 inches, my sons were 12 inches long, and weighed just over a pound. After we lost them, I was searching for a way to honor them, and a friend of mine, which has a family team, the True Love Triplets, was walking for them, and that's how I first became involved with the March of Dimes.
March of Dimes employee Xenia Aquay says that, like Diane's, nearly half the cases March of Dimes deals with face no complications during pregnancy, and the causes of early delivery are unknown.
In some cases that actually can be prevented. The key thing is that a woman really has to know what is going on with her body. So if she doesn't feel that something is right, the best thing is to kind of call the doctor, because in some of the cases they can actually sort of prolong the pregnancy. Some of the things that we do to help prevent preterm birth include using some of the money that comes in from fundraising that goes towards research. So we are a very heavy research focused foundation. We've had a lot of milestones in the past with finding the cures to polio through research, and we've sort of come a long way with some of the other things that we figured out. And some of that also goes to some community programs that do help people.
Through their research and activities, the March of Dimes has helped many families like the Wilburns cope with such heart-wrenching loss.
The first year, we had lost my sons in October, and the first walk was that very first April. We walked with another team, and then after that we created our own team called the Wilburn Brothers. It's important to me, like I said before, to make sure that what happened to me, I can do whatever I can to prevent it from happening to other women and other families.
People like Diane, who have the courage to educate others, can truly make a difference in the world. The positivity in both Xenia and Diane's goals and aspirations may just be the driving force that allows doctors and researchers to find answers and give babies their full 9 months.
The mission of the March of Dimes is to improve the health of babies by preventing birth defects, premature birth, and infant mortality.
A lot of people are afraid to share their story, and my story was pretty traumatic from just my own opinion and from what everybody tells me, and they seem to be deeply affected by the fact that I suffered such a significant loss, and that I'm still able to sit here and talk about it and be positive and try to help others.
The future can be hopeful for preterm labor if everyone lends a hand. Fundraising, donations, marching for babies. Even the smallest steps can make a difference in a baby's life.
Welcome back to The Truth Serum on WWPH TV. In 1995, a group of West Windsor residents united by their environmental concerns came together to form the Friends of West Windsor Open Space. Working to create and garner more support for conservation and ecological programs, the nonprofit organization has expanded their efforts over the last decade. The group is involved with the Bicycle and Pedestrian Task Alliance, West Windsor Acquisition Task Force, and others to make the township a more tight-knit community. WWPH TV reporter Brienne Sabino explores how the Friends of West Windsor Open Space promotes recreation and farmland preservation.
West Windsor. Over the years, farmland has been disappearing from around the town and is becoming developed. When West Windsor Township was established, it was a rural community dominated by open land. In 1979, 53% of the town was farmland. Today, only 20% remains. To some, that is unacceptable. For many years, a local organization has been devoted to reversing the trend. Friends of West Windsor Open Space was established in 1996 by citizens who wanted to help the town maintain some of its natural land. Over the years, the main objective has been to preserve farmland and open space. It's a challenging task, one that requires a series of steps. The process begins by identifying what land to preserve. Once a decision is made, work begins on obtaining the property. Organization President Allison Miller says the state plays an important role in the acquisitions.
The Green Acres program, which purchases and helps townships across the state purchase open space, farmland preservation, which purchases not the land itself, but the development rights and requires that the land be used for farming.
Once the group obtains development rights, it must then decide how the land will be used. Miller says each project gets its own specific set of details.
Individual parcel plans are plans that are created for individual parcels of land, so you know what we're going to do with them. Are they going to be left to reforest? Are they going to be farmed perpetually? Are they going to be developed for active recreation? Are they going to be developed for passive recreation? And moving forward, we're looking at the practicalities. The individual parcel plans look at the cost of development.
Back when Friends of West Windsor Open Space was created, the town came up with a list of 99 pieces of land targeted for preservation. The organization has made great progress in obtaining those properties, but still has a long way to go. Some of the already preserved land is being used for farming. However, some is kept just as it is, with trails built for public use. One project that had a particularly big impact on the group is the Ron Rogers Arboretum. The April 2001 creation was made in honor of founder and lifelong trustee of Friends of West Windsor Open Space, Ronald Rogers. President Allison Miller says it was one of the most difficult parcels of land for the association to obtain. The Ronald Rogers Arboretum features a plaque to honor him. Some of his favorite trees are even planted there. Also, there is a replica of a hat he always used to wear. In the summer of 2003, a gazebo was added to the Arboretum in memory of organization member Lisa McNair Woodbury. Next to the Arboretum is a memorial dedicated to West Windsor residents killed on 9/11. It was created in 2002 and was the site of a ceremony which honored the friends and family of the victims. The memorial was only possible thanks to Friends of West Windsor Open Space, since it was built with the donations made to the organization. The Township of West Windsor has gone through major changes since its beginning. The miles of farmland and open land have given way to a busy suburb ranked as one of the best areas to live in the country. Along the way, Friends of West Windsor Open Space has helped retain some of the township's roots while impacting the community. Preserved land is used for parks, trails, fields, farms, and more. So far, over 1,500 acres of land have been saved, with much more planned for the future. Miller is proud of the progress Friends of West Windsor Open Space has made over the years. Still, she hopes someday more members of the community will take up the cause.
We're known throughout the state in the right environmental areas. I just wish that more members of the township, more citizens realized how important it is to keep acquiring open space and keep developing open space. And how much that adds to the quality of life.
This has been Brianne Sabino for WWPH TV.
I don't understand why teenagers drink. I mean, all they're doing is destroying themselves. Life is tough for teenagers, and the drinking doesn't help. It only makes things worse. Drinking can ruin relationships. It can ruin friendships. It can ruin families. It can ruin you. I would know. My grandfather was an alcoholic. Think, don't drink.
With both premature birth and environmental preservation issues becoming more and more critical in the 21st century, local groups are taking increasing initiative in fighting against these problems. The March of Dimes and Friends of West Windsor Open Space are only two organizations among the many that work to make the world a safer, healthier, and greener place. And with that, The truth serum has run out.
I'm Siddhi Sundar.
And I'm Adrian Fernandez.
And welcome to Tales from Grover's Mill. This episode of WWPH TV's movie show focuses on psychological angst.
Our first film, The Employee, directed by Matt Jenna, features the effects of video games on an employee. Let's take a look.
I didn't weigh 4 pounds.
put it on.
Yeah.
And
hands on the hip.
a lot of things you could be doing with your nights. Sure, you could be drinking, but you could be doing so many other things, like pogo sticking, or creating a culinary masterpiece, or making a website, or meeting new people, or getting in touch with friends that moved away, or writing an Oscar-winning screenplay, or running until you can't run anymore, or jumping on a bed, or fixing something broken, or watching a movie nobody's heard of, or listening to a local band. You could be doing a whole lot of things. So think. Don't drink.
This next film is an experimental short directed by my co-host Siddhi Sundar and is about a boy who's afraid of his own reflection. Here's The Fountain.
The two films you saw today themed to psychological angst were The Fountain and The Employee. I'm Siddhi Sundar.
And on that note, I'm Adrian Fernandez.
And thanks for watching Tales from Grover's Mill.
From the West Windsor Plainsboro High School studios, it's Sneak Peek, the TV show that lets viewers sample the type of programming featured on the district's own student-run radio station, 107.9 FM.
And welcome to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. I'm Brianna Sabino.
And I'm Jesse Yu.
And as always, we have Rohan Krishnan in the studio with us. And today we have a little bit of history to give you about the community you live in, you know? If you don't know too much, we're going to change that.
Yeah, we also have some history about alumni at High School South. And also, London 2012 Olympics. It's going to be making history.
Also, we're going to alert you about the dangers of parents texting.
Yeah, it's funny. Parents, stay tuned for that.
But first, so back to the history. Did you know before the opening of South in 1973, all the students went to Princeton High School in Princeton?
Yeah, and pretty much like the reason was West Windsor didn't have many people. It was just a farm town.
So
pretty much.
farmers
Yeah, just like
home on the range.
yeah. And I wonder if they went to school in horse-drawn carriage.
No, silly, they didn't need.
I guess they're not that old.
It's not that old, but I think it would have been really interesting, because think of how many people we have now. There's there's less than 2,000 people, but then think of our hallways, how crowded they are. You can barely walk through the halls without getting smacked with a binder.
And speaking of schools, in schools we learn geography, and so maybe they didn't learn that much back then, but now we learn a lot. So let's do some geography knowledge. Rohan, you want to cue this? I'm going to beat Brienne in this game. Let's go.
I don't think so.
Game break.
And you're back for a special geography edition of Game Break. Alright, I'm going to tell you the capital city of a country, and you two have to guess which country I'm talking about.
We're going down.
So let's start with Jesse. We have Kabul.
Afghanistan.
Correct. Alright, Jesse's in the lead. Brienne, you think you can
I can
rise
do
up to
it.
victory?
I can do it.
Vienna.
Switzerland.
Boom! So
Seriously?
sorry, it's
Italy.
Austria.
Or Austria.
Wow, you think you know everything, but you don't.
Alright, so Brussels.
Just learned this in France. What the? That was my turn.
Sorry, it popped into my head.
That doesn't count. Alright,
But I
next
knew it.
we have Ottawa.
This is you.
That's Canada, right?
That is Canada.
Alright, 2-0.
Alright, now
No, I have
Brienne's turn.
one.
Jesse's in the
Alright,
lead,
yeah.
Brienne. You can catch up. Sophia.
Hungary.
No.
Turkey.
Jesse, you want to steal it?
No, I don't even know.
You have no idea?
Luxembourg?
It's Bulgaria.
Sounds like a girl's name.
Alright, so now we have Prague.
Wait, where is Prague?
Oh, I know this. It's
This one's actually this one's for Brienne.
Oh man, I don't know this. I should.
It's in the Czech Republic.
Come on.
Did you have any idea?
No.
No? Alright. I'm sorry,
Czechoslovakia?
Brienne. Yeah. Jesse's in the lead currently. So now we have
Wait, what's the score?
Jesse, you're in the lead by 4.
4, alright.
4.
I have one.
Cairo.
Cairo, Egypt, 5-0.
You're gonna give him that one.
Egypt, correct. How about this, Brienne? Budapest.
I feel like I should know this because it sounds familiar. I have no idea. I'll go with Iran.
Actually, it is Hungary. I'm very
Iran?
sorry.
Are you serious?
What,
Jesse
did you know that?
6.
Did you know that, Jesse?
One final one. Tokyo.
Japan, duh.
Okay. This is
Great
ridiculous.
job. Jesse is the winner here on Game Break. Brienne, great try. You can come back. I believe in you. See you guys next time.
The South, united with the North. West Windsor, Plainsboro High School Radio, 107.9 FM.
High school students, bringing the school to you. 107.9 inside the district.
Alright, welcome back. Today we're featuring a man named Anish Chopra. He's the first CTO, the Chief Technology Officer ever in the history of the United States.
He's from West Windsor. He graduated from himself.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And he was born in 1972 in Trenton, New Jersey. He's the eldest son of Indian immigrants, Ram and Neelam Chopra. He grew up in West Windsor, so this is it's bragging rights.
It is. We have someone important.
Yeah. Well, we have a
Represent.
lot of important people in
It's
West
true,
Windsor.
it's true.
But he is just out there blowing us away. And he grew up in West Windsor, also known as Princeton Junction, of course. And he attended South from 1986 to 1990, not too long ago.
Yeah, my
before we were
history
born,
teacher is
though.
always bragging about how she taught him.
Yeah.
Every day, actually.
And in 2009, South has this Alumni Achiever Award, and he was awarded it. And he graduated from Johns Hopkins and got his MPP from the John F. Kennedy School of Government. So he's really into politics and all that good
He
stuff.
is so successful. I wonder what kind of things he actually does there. Like, what would the chief technology officer do? Like, handles all the computers and stuff. Like, make sure security.
Yeah,
and
make sure Obama has his computer running every day. I don't know. I guess U.S. is probably getting a bunch of cyber attacks every day, so that's his job. So it's an important position.
I bet he's been on Obama's computer.
Maybe he should
Think of
try.
that.
Well, maybe he should be trying to stop the WikiLeaks. You know, WikiLeaks is always a big issue.
You know what? We can't blame a West Windsor resident for that, you know?
Yeah, we'll blame the system, or we'll blame WikiLeaks. Julian Assange, it's your fault.
Exactly.
But anyways, more political background of him. He was elected as a Boys Nation senator after Boys State, which is a selective program for young men in New Jersey. So it's pretty impressive. Once again, his name is Anish Chopra, CTO, in the first CTO in the history of the United States. And I guess he has a lot to say in debates. So we're going into viewpoints right now.
107.9 FM Viewpoints.
And you're back with Viewpoints for today. Okay, so first topic. A judge is taking the complaints against a Wisconsin polarizing bill into consideration and will delay its effects.
I don't think this is right, because, I mean, now Republicans have to either wait for the case to pass through federal court or pass a law around to get complaints. Why should they have to do this much work if they already won, Brianna?
Well, the judge declared the law was not properly or professionally published and has the highest authority out of all involved in the case. So if the judge says that, then they have to do it.
All right, but the United States Constitution says once a law has been passed, it is final. There's no going back.
But I think it's okay to delay the effects of this law, especially since it'll pass by June in order to edit anything that may not be right with it.
Okay, next topic. Unions became most popular in the late 1800s in order to benefit the American people, but now they're losing their ground.
I think before unions, big companies and factories were abusing their workers and only cared about making a large profit. Unions are doing more good than bad these days.
Yeah, I mean, but unions, they might have had good intentions in the beginning, but really, now it's all corrupt. I mean, the leaders of unions are taking all the money. They're not giving any help to their members.
You can't just make a broad statement like that. The workers need their benefits and their fair wages in order to survive. It's not like they're being treated so harshly.
Listen, unions are preventing non-members from getting jobs. They're not, right now they're doing more evil than good.
No,
And last topic. Due to the current economic decline, the U.S. government is focused more on stimulating the economy instead of other issues. Congress has begun a trend of passing bills that undermine the goals of the Environmental Protection Agency in order to save money.
I think it's kind of important because in March the national debt clock stood at about $14.5 trillion. We need to get out of that somehow.
Yeah, but the EPA is here to help save American lives by decreasing air pollution. Why are we getting rid of that?
I don't see what the EPA has to do with this when we're talking about national debt. We need to get out of it, and it's been increasing about $4 billion per day. That's insane.
Global warming, Brianne, we gotta stay away from that.
And that ends another edition of Viewpoints right here on 107.9 FM.
West Windsor Plainsboro High School Radio. The voices of the future on the air today. 107.9 FM.
Although 107.9 FM is based in Princeton Junction, New Jersey, its unique student diversity broadcasts voices from around the world. From the latest in local news to international current events, the Great 108 keeps the world up to date. All from right here at home. So tune in to the home of the pirate and the knight. 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
WWPH, Princeton Junction.
Pirate Radio, Night Radio, 107.9 FM, The Flash.
This is Rohan Krishnan with your 107.9 FM School and Community Flash. Anyone of middle school age or above interested in hip-hop dance can attend classes at the Plainsboro Public Library. West Windsor Plainsboro High School students teach lessons every Friday from 3:30 to 5:30 in the afternoon in the community room. Local residents looking to rescue cats or kittens can do so through the West Windsor Animal Shelter. The organization holds adoption days at the West Windsor PetSmart located on Route 1 North every Saturday from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Writers who wish to receive informal feedback on their works in progress can attend literary group meetings at the Plainsboro Library. The reads are held on the last Monday of every school month and begin at 6:30 in the evening. The West Windsor Plainsboro High School North Students Taking Action Now for Darfur organization is raising awareness for funds for ongoing genocides. Students looking to help with the cause can attend STAN's weekly meetings to discuss the issue and help plan fundraisers. This has been Rohan Krishnan with your 107.9 FM School and Community Flash.
Last on the dial, first in your heart, 107.9 FM.
Welcome back to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. The 2012 Olympics are coming to London. It is going to be a great event. I am so excited.
It's going to be a jolly time. I can't wait.
All right, very nice English accent. I see that you're already getting ready for the ceremony.
I'm getting in the mindset. You know, you got to prepare for these kind of things, be mentally tough as well as physically.
Yeah, and
the athletes do.
England is preparing as well. They're building all these stadiums, which is good because, you know, it stimulates the economy, getting people to get back to work.
Right. And I mean, thousands of sports enthusiasts are expected to visit there to see the Olympics, so the hotel industry is also excited, like, going along with that. It's definitely a really good boost for the economy.
Yeah, obviously, and all the malls, all the shops, everyone's going to go there, purchase items, and hopefully England doesn't turn out to be like, you know, like Greece, one of those nations that hosted a Olympics and then ended up having all these stadiums that were just going to waste. Like, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing.
Well, what do they do with the stadiums after? I don't see, like...
Exactly. So that's why sometimes countries might overbuild, and that leads to even a depression in the latter years.
Well, that's not...
That's depressing, but hopefully that doesn't happen in London. I'm excited to see... I love track and field.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
I love watching the Olympics.
And I can't wait to see the opening events. That will be exciting as well. And London, let's see what they can do. But like I said earlier, we are going to go into some funny parental text messages.
Laugh track.
Let's see what you have.
Alright, so this is called the cookie mission. A dad asked his son, "What are you doing?" His son said, "I'm at Grandma's house." "What do you need?" "I want cookies, chocolate chip. Get them for me. I will pay." The kid said, "Ask Mom." Dad said, "I did. She won't. Says no. Get cookies, please." The kid says, "I will on my way home." 10 minutes later, the dad says, "Never mind. Mom found text. No cookies. Abort mission."
Cookie battles can get pretty intense. Another one, a grandpa texts about Harry Potter. "I finished the Harry Potter movie. Couldn't hear half of it because my hearing aid fell out and it was but it was visually stimulating. But not as visually stimulating as Avatar. What is Voldemort's purpose in life?"
Obviously, you gotta listen to the movie to understand it. Alright, another one, raining cats and dogs. A kid texted, "It's raining cats and dogs out there." The dad says, "I know, I just stepped in a poodle."
I love that.
So that was a nice play on words. Puddle, poodle, pretty clever.
I like it.
And seriously, parents, don't text. I hate when my parents text.
WWPH, Princeton Junction.
Alright, well, this wraps up another episode of me and Brianne Sabino.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Just remember, we talked about Anish Chopra, first CTO ever in U.S. history.
Very cool. Also some history about the community, West Windsor, how students used to go to Princeton High School, you know, not West Windsor.
And, you know, London 2012 Olympics, that's going to be exciting. So tune in again, only on 107.9 FM, WPH in Princeton Junction.
You've been watching Sneak Peek, a look at the type of programming featured daily on the West Windsor Plainsboro High School student radio station, 107.9 FM.
After a spark of inspiration began her plans for a non-profit organization, she created a global fashion company that helps to improve the lives of women all across India. Studio 107 features West Windsor Plainsboro High School North humanitarian Anisha Raganathan. Hello and welcome to Studio 107. I'm Adam McCall here with Anisha Raganathan. Now, you recently started the Hope Line organization. Could you go into a little bit of detail about just what that is?
Sure. I started Hope Line about 2 years ago, and it's a nonprofit organization that empowers women. And what happens is Hope Line hires women in India, and about 20 women are working for us, and we make these t-shirts, and we sell the t-shirts all over the world, and 100% of the profits from the shirts goes back to help these women who are helping to make them.
So it's basically like giving them a job.
Right. It's also really cool because a lot of these women were previously working in sweatshop conditions, and we were able to take them out of that and hire them with Hope Line. Also, the money goes towards projects that Hope Line sort of sponsors, and these projects range from providing education to their families and distributing textbooks and supplies to rural areas and a lot of other things.
I mean, this is a huge undertaking when you really think about it. So what made you decide to do something that was so far off and maybe so much hard work?
Yeah, it definitely was a lot of hard work. I think it came out of a trip to India that I took a couple summers ago. I actually really wanted to learn to sew, so I went to a place where I could learn that, and I found out a lot of women that were teaching me were previously working in these, or continuing to work in these sweatshop conditions, and it was really interesting because I saw a shirt being made that I saw at the mall a couple weeks ago, and I saw these women working to make these shirts and getting paid like next to nothing, and so I was really inspired to do something. And at first I wasn't really sure what to do, and I thought the best thing to do was to create a product that could be sold in the global market that would really help these women. So I'm in essence competing with some of the bigger clothing brands.
Are you originally from India or your family?
No, I was born here. My family's from India.
So this was just sort of like a trip, and it was total chance that led to this happening?
Yeah, I just really wanted to learn how to sew, so I took this class, and I stayed in India for 2 months. So over the course of those months, I was really able to connect with these women and talk to them, because I can speak the native language. So.
It's amazing what just like learning a hobby can sort of get you. But you have a few other things you do, including the tennis team here at High School North.
Right.
So how did you get started, and when did you get started playing tennis?
I started playing tennis, well actually I was forced to start playing tennis. My mom insisted that I take lessons. It must have been around the middle or towards the end of 4th, 5th grade.
Just like, yeah, me too. Right off 571.
Yeah.
I was working with Sat and Sunil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to Princeton Racket Club first, yeah. But my mom put me in lessons, and at first I really hated it, and then, as I started to get better, I started to get more into it. I tried out for the team in 7th grade, and I barely made it. I was the last one picked. And I really learned a lot through that. I played doubles in 7th grade, and that experience just made me really love it. I was partnered with this really cool guy. His name's Brian. He was really nice and everything.
Are you a doubles or a singles?
I still play doubles. Doubles is my thing.
See, I always liked singles a little more because it just was so much more personal. It was like, I can handle it.
Doubles has a whole team dynamic, so I kind of like it. And then at high school, I played varsity through 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
Now, you also do dance?
Yeah, dancing has been a huge part of my life, I would say.
When did you start?
I think my first dance performance, I must have been around like 5 or 6. I've been dancing for a long time. Yeah.
Now, you're heading to UPenn. What do you want to do there?
Well, I'm planning on doing international relations, but I'm also planning on getting maybe a dual degree with like global business and international relations. Not really that sure yet.
It's a big field. So what do you kind of want to get out of that? What are your goals, maybe?
Well, I definitely want to expand Hopeline while I'm there. It's kind of one of the things I'm looking into. You know those like athletic apparel that has like UPenn on it?
Yeah.
I'm hoping to help produce that actually, and to hire more women to help make that and then donate the profits back to them. Sort of take on a big project at UPenn. Sort of my goal.
Well, we're going to get into what led Anisha down this path of charity when we get back here on Studio 107. So stay tuned for more. The Red Cross Club. Be a hero, save a life. The motto that the Red Cross Club community lives by. How do they do it? Well, by taking time away from themselves to take part in blood drives and teaching small children about safety and other community events. They also take part in events to raise money for the actual Red Cross organization. The Red Cross Club, a club bent on helping others. And welcome back to Studio 107. I'm Adam McCall here with Anisha Raghunathan. Now, I'd like to probe a little bit into your background to find out how you got started on this sort of, charity path. So, to what extent were you sort of involved in stuff like this when you were younger?
I was always really interested in business stuff. I remember when I was in 3rd grade, I had a lemonade stand with my friends. Typical stuff like that. I was really interested in entrepreneurship too. I'd always invent things and just come up with stuff.
You make a profit at that stand?
Yeah, I did.
There we go. See, it's showing right away. Now, did you ever imagine that you would be doing something like a charity like this?
No, I really didn't. I was really interested in organizing programs and shows in general, but I never expected something as large scale as this to happen to me. So.
Now, how have your interest in it sort of progressed as it's gotten bigger?
Yeah, throughout middle school, I was always really involved with sort of like labor laws and issues like that. I was really interested in law, and then it sort of evolved into examining like in 8th grade I did a project on the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire thing, and it was really inspiring too. And that led to more research on garment industries, and that led to more interest with fashion sort of law and international relations, and just kind of all blended.
So how has your family supported you throughout this whole process?
Well, they definitely supported me. I mean, it took a lot to register my nonprofit, do all the like paperwork, and definitely I needed a lot of help with like advertising and reaching out to my contacts in India. Parents have definitely supported me, and so my brother also has really supported me.
Is there anyone else, and who would that be, who sort of propelled you to get this to really be a successful organization?
I think my grandparents actually, they gave me a lot of support. They're both really big on charity. They do a lot of projects back in India, and they always communicate with me and help me out with that stuff too.
Now, it's obviously a pretty big undertaking, and it's an international business. It's across continents, across the globe. So who have been the more professional people maybe who have sort of helped lead this project?
Well, a lot of my mentors have really helped. There's Shanika Proctor, who's really, she founded an organization called Team Biz, and she helps me a lot with that stuff. There's Sejal Happy, who's like my student mentor. She also founded a nonprofit, and she kind of works with me to help me decide where the money's needed most.
That's quite a network of nonprofit people just sort of walking around. Now, you dance, you play tennis, and doubles tennis especially. It's sort of things where you have to work together, where you have to feed off of different people. How has that sort of helped you run Hopeline?
Well, in order to do a lot of the work for Hopeline, you need to have a lot of good contacts. You need to be sort of in touch with a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. And for a lot of my fashion shows and everything, I've had the support of my friends, and a lot of them are really talented and diverse. So it's good to work with people, and really helped.
Were you always a good communicator and able to get stuff done like this?
I think so, but I don't know. I mean, I've learned a lot through this and made a lot of mistakes as well, so.
Now, would you say that you have sort of a passion to do something for the world, or is it almost just an opportunity that presented itself?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, opportunity presents itself when you you have to be prepared in order to get an opportunity. And I think throughout my years at middle school and high school, I've always been interested in contributing to the community, and the opportunity just arose when I was in India 2 summers ago, and I really took advantage of it.
Were there things you did at sort of like local before you got started in this that almost propelled your interest in a nonprofit work?
Well, I've been the Plainsboro Township's Human Relations Council representative since 9th grade.
So, lastly, what is your life philosophy about this? Has it progressed into something, or did you just sort of go with the flow?
Well, my life philosophy is to just reach as high as you can and build a great network of supporters and mentors to help you get there.
Well, we will be back on Studio 107 right after this with The Blitz. So, by all means, don't go anywhere because you're not going to want to miss it. And welcome back to Studio 107. Well, we're in our last segment here. You know what time it is? It is time for The Blitz. Rapid fire questions, rapid fire answers. We're going to learn a little bit more about you. So, favorite tennis player?
Rafael Nadal.
Of course, the lefty, going on forehand all the time. So, maybe favorite dance move, the other hobby?
Not really sure. Probably like the coffee grinder.
Okay. Do you have a favorite dance, like a specific dance, maybe not a move?
Hip-hop fusion.
Okay, yeah, I like that. It's fun to do. Maybe best type of clothing to buy?
I like jeans.
Jeans? Okay.
Or with anything.
There we go. No, that's true. So, favorite movie?
Probably the Bee Movie and Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah.
His Bee Movie, okay. Do you like bees or just...
No, I actually don't like bees, but I actually felt kind of sympathetic for them in that
Yeah,
movie.
well, I mean, look, the flowers were going away. The whole world was collapsing practically.
Yeah.
So, what type of music do you like to listen to?
Anything with a good beat or good lyrics.
Okay, so maybe who's your favorite artist?
I'm not really sure. I used to like Jay Sean, but now I kind of like Bruno Mars.
Okay, so favorite song doesn't have to be by them.
Favorite song? Probably,
Or any song, something you would listen to, if on your way home in the car.
On the Floor.
Okay. Now, you go to any concerts?
Yeah, I went to a concert a couple weeks ago for Penn Masala. It's like a UPenn band.
Okay, that's nice. Let's transition a little more serious here. Who is your personal hero?
Personal hero. It's a hard one. Probably my grandfather.
Oh, that's nice. Any particular reason?
Yeah, he's done a lot of, his life has been difficult, and he's managed all the obstacles very valiantly, and he's done a lot of charity work, so I like him a lot.
So, as you've gone through this, have you studied up or found out about any entrepreneurs that maybe you didn't know about?
Like there's a lot of entrepreneurs. K.L. Robinson, she founded Live Worldly, which is a company that makes these like bracelets, and it goes towards helping people all over the world. So she's really cool.
That is cool. So when you have to relax, take a load off, what do you like to do?
DDR or I don't know, watch YouTube videos.
That's relaxing you? DDR? That's like heart pumping all over the place. It's crazy.
I like that stuff.
So then I guess you're a morning person or a night person?
Night person, definitely.
I figure if you're relaxing is dancing. I don't see how you could survive in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza? Any particular slice or just the good old fashioned?
I like pineapples on my pizza.
Okay, I've always wanted to try that.
It's so good.
Like I love pineapple, like grilled pineapple stuff like that. I've always been interested to see what like pineapple pizza tastes like.
It's good.
Okay, so lunch, dinner, breakfast. What do you like?
I like dinner.
Favorite trip you've been on?
Costa Rica, spring break 2008, I think.
What'd you do there?
We had this huge zip line that like spanned like ridiculous huge distance, and we just went all the way across, and it was like there was no one there. It was clear. I could see the whole like lake, river, whatever, everything right in front of me.
A family trip?
Yeah, it was a family trip.
You have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother.
He drive you crazy?
Yes.
All the time or just some of the time?
All the time.
But you love him?
But I love him.
There we go. See, that's what it all comes down to. Just the love of the family and everyone helping you out. And clearly, that's the way it goes. Well, I would like to thank you, Anisha Raganathan, for joining us here in Studio 107, talking about Hopeline. It was great. Hope you have a lot of success with that in the future. For WWPH TV, I'm Adam McCall.
Thank you.